Hello, Disney Lorcana players. Today we're back again with some Disney Lorcana. We are not playing Mulan Evasive today. Today we are trying to be a little new, a little different on this channel. Now we have Steel Emerald here, and I want to see if combining the new Steel Song stuff with our Emerald Evasive is a decent way to go about this. Now, we are just going to get rid of the Cusco because I don't like the Uninkable. And we are going to ditch our Prince Eric for a Simba on turn 1. Let's go ahead, draw a card, and without knowing what they're on, I'm going to ditch the Simba. Give them less information as well. And I want to have the removal of steel while combining the evasiveness or the mid-ranginess of Emerald. I think in this game so far, Emerald is probably my favorite color. But it's always worth experimenting. It's always worth seeing if there's something out there that is better and you didn't know until you tried. So we are going to ditch the Tink because my turn 4 plays can be Hans. And we will play Prince Eric. Then, yeah, why not? Why shouldn't I? I know very well why I shouldn't. Why I shouldn't exert my Simba, but oh well. We're here to have fun and to learn. Yeah, see, and we net 1 out of this anyway because we return the favor over with Prince Eric. Alright, and we will... Their deck's going to be very low to the ground, so I want to keep the Tink. I want the evasive, but I know that they're on swords, and so Peter Pan's just not going to be as good there. See, I'm split between wanting to try new stuff, and I'm actually just going to keep this going here, because I could attack the goons. If they have a smash, oh well. But I just want to keep the questing going. I know that they are probably going to be a more aggressive quest deck than I am. But, yeah. I'm split between wanting to show evasive, wanting to try evasive in here, and then also just knowing that my opponent will crush it. Because we don't have Ruby in here to back us up. So we are relying on probably, in terms of quest ability, like straight quest numbers, we're probably relying on a weaker color overall here. They're probably going to attack Stitch into Prince Eric. That's what I would do. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Part of me is tempted to just swing in and kill the Stitch this turn. I think that's what we're going to do. If they attack with goons and we trade into their board, that's fine. As long as Stitch doesn't stay on board. And we are going to ditch the Hans. Hans is a really good card, but if we can get a Cusco next turn, then we are going to be able to compete with Amber's questing. Alright, yep, we trade. It's not horrible. And the funny part about this matchup is that I don't have a whole new world because I don't have the Ariel to sing it. However, they probably are running it. Which means that I get to refill my hand for free. And then they're probably going to drop their own Tink. Oh. I feel like they definitely wouldn't do that, yeah. Oh, and if we are able to play Tink here, that would be awesome. Yeah, we're going to. We're going to play like that. And killing Leela right off the bat's nice. And then we could also kill the Simba here. But then we damage our Cusco. And then Cusco can die from just a Prince Eric. I don't really like that, so I'm just gonna quest and pass the turn. And here we go. We have Tinkerbell and we have Cusco. Our two main cards are our color combination, if you will. I personally think that Tinkerbell just does too much. As a Magic player, if I saw this would be insane to me. Alright. Yeah, see, that just, that did exactly what we were talking about. Like, if we had attacked Simba, Eric would have attacked into us, but now we're 3 lore up, so it's the same thing. See, here's the thing. We risk the Tinkerbell attack, but I'm just gonna do this because I don't... Like, what are the odds that they top deck a Tinkerbell? And of course, now that I've said that, they're going to play the Tinkerbell. Both at the top deck game right now, they'd have to devote more to playing a whole new world, which is they just drew it, is probably what's on their mind. Or it's just something that they can't play right now, like a Stitch. Yeah, we're going to keep aggroing out here and pass the turn. Because now we add 6 next turn. But we also just have a strong board. So they did have the Tink. Are they going to try to play Stitch and compete with our... Oh, they're just... Okay. And then they're going to attack in probably the big Tinkerbell and then kill Hans. And then they get rid of their own Tinkerbell. Then I have Captain Hook, which I probably don't quest with unless I get like a really good top deck. I can keep Captain Hook as an aggressive card. See, here's where they're thinking, because they're like, oh, I want to kill that stuff, but at the same time, am I able to get away with attacking Hans and killing Hook and keeping my Tinkerbell? Yeah, then they kill Hans here. They have to. Unless they kill Hook and then attack Hans with Eric. And just board wipe everything. Yeah. That's fair. But now that we're 11 up, and we'll play the Tinkerbell. She survives swords, which is nice. She does not survive smash. She does not survive... No, I think that's about it. There's swords and smash and Tinkerbell, but she survives pretty much all of that. We'll play Cheshire Cat as well. Keep it up. I like the evasive here, making it harder to attack. And we'll play our own Tinkerbell, keep up the pressure, and I don't think there's anything they can do. Alright, there we go. We are gonna play another game with this this deck. Get some more games in. That was my first time playing Steel Emerald. I think I've played a lot of decks in the last couple days, but I built this deck like 10 minutes ago, maybe 15. Alright, so we have the Tink into Tink. Then we have Simba on turn 1, Eric on turn 2, and I'll just ink all the way here. That's fine. If I can save the Hans, that would be awesome, because I really like the Triple Quester. What do you even call this deck? Just a Steel Emerald mid-range? I really keep like thinking about Pokemon when I am looking at the different colors in this game, because I think that them all being named after... Ooh, I do like Smash. We're gonna get rid of Pan. I keep thinking of like the different Pokemon game titles when I say a color combination. Alright, so that's a Stitch. Yep. Alright, so we have played against this deck a fair bit. I do like the Tinkerbell, but once again, Triple Quester. We'll play the Eric and Quest here. Pass turn. Next turn, if nothing changes, we'll get rid of the Hans and then play the Tink. But pretty much if we top deck anything, we would do it. Anything that can ink. Yeah, there we go. And I'm actually tempted here to just stop this mutiny and kill the Ariel right now. But I also know if I play Tinkerbell, that I can maybe double up on some value by playing Tinkerbell next turn. Alright, here we go. I love Disney Lorcana. I think that the game, it being very new, is awesome. It's this big new thing. But Magic was getting a little stale. It was, oh look, I'm playing Red Black Scam or Grixis Scam or Dimir Scam, and so this is a nice way to shake things up. So they did not do the thing, much to our chagrin. So we are gonna go ahead and, excuse me. We could stop questing for a turn, play Tinkerbell, get 1 damage across the board. Okay, get rid of Flynn Rider, because that's what we're going to be inking for the turn. My idea is if we Tinkerbell now, we can get some... No. We need to stop these shenanigans. Otherwise, we're playing a dangerous game. Alright. And we're going to keep our Tinkerbell behind because I don't want to give them the option of stopping our Tinkerbell. Alright. I actually paused for a moment to go close my messenger app so you wouldn't hear it. They ended up playing swords and killed our Simba, which I guess is fine. We stopped them from singing it and being able to play a second thing. I do like steel. I like the steel effects, the cards that are in it. I just think I've played too much um, versus steel in the last 24 hours. Out of 10 games I played before making this video with other decks, 9 of them were steel. Yeah, they're tethering us right now. I don't know why. Maybe they just forgot that they didn't hit end turn. I have definitely done that. I have no motivation to play Tinkerbell right now, so I will play Arcusco. There's a reasoning of skipping the ink this turn and just playing Hans because they go for the same amount. I want to keep the questing up. I'm at the point where, like, if they have a Tink, oh well. I can't avoid questing everything. Because if I avoid questing only one of them, then the other one dies to a Tink entering. However, Eric does die to a Tinkerbell entering, and so I could have just quested with him and then left this Tinkerbell like free. So maybe I should have done that. Cusco being as fabulous as always. I should just name this video which steel deck is better. Okay. I see you, opponent. Trying to stop my fun. Okay, we are gonna ditch this Tinkerbell to build towards this. We probably could have just like guaranteed our Tinkerbell here, but I want to be playing more aggressively than that. We're doing this with Cusco because they don't have Rush in their deck, to my knowledge. So in order to kill Cusco this turn, they have to attack into him with Tinkerbell. And that would mean that we get to kill Tinkerbell. And sure, it's not the big one. They might just play the big one now. Oh, they played Stitch. Cool. We'll play small Tinkerbell, give Hans evasive, I guess, and we will keep this up. Pass the turn. Next turn, we can add 5 going to 18, but our opponent's not going to let Hans live. Then what we'll do is we'll play Tinkerbell on top of Tinkerbell. Oh. Would you look at that? Oof. Okay, we're just going to hardcast our Tinkerbell, spread the damage, pass the turn. And the next turn, we'll probably play the Tinkerbell again. I have lost a game where they've been at 0 and I've been at 17. And I've won a game where I've been at 0 and they've been at 17. So this can still go either way. But with double Tink, it does feel good to have both of these on board. Especially with steel on both sides. Steel can change the state of the game so quickly. I think AoE, attack on environment, damage is really powerful in set one, and we might see that fought off with some. We might see that fought off with some bigger endurance cards next set. Right, there's goons. We're going to play swords and board wipe them. Okay, not exactly board wipe. That's the thing I like about this version as opposed to the Amber one, is that even though we don't get the power of Ariel, we don't get the power of Stitch, like their deck is a really good deck, don't get me wrong. But their board is about to just disappear. They are drawing a lot of cards. Oh, poor opponent. Like, I know they're drawing into their other stuff. They're drawing into their bigger stuff. Oh, no. Rip us. Okay. I was talking big a moment ago. This is much worse for us. So we are going to get rid of Ariel. That's a big threat. Then we are going to attack. I want less damage dealt to me. However, I know that Tinkerbell will still be alive with that 2 damage. Here, we're going to attack Tinkerbell. Select Stitch. Stop their card draw. Play this to kill Stitch. And then they are able to still go for 6 next turn. We get rid of Tinkerbell. And we pass the turn. They have a lot of stuff on board right now. But we also have a lot of swords left in our deck. We got this, guys. There's another Ariel. Okay. Now what we're going to do here is we can get up to 8. And what's the most efficient use of 8? Maybe it's Jasper, Eric. I like that the most. Because then they don't die to swords. Jasper, Eric. And we can start limiting the Lilo, although they do catch up to us this turn. It would be really funny if they played a whole new world right now. Although they wouldn't do that with Ariel if they were doing a whole new world. I think they want to limit us playing swords. Okay, so I think honestly we have to start attacking. because they just win next turn. So we'll kill the Lilo. Then everything else exerts for 1. So what are the most important things to kill? I think Ariel and the only other thing that can win next turn, they're at 7 right now. I'll put them at 6. There are 2 things they could play next turn that could win the game, either Stitch or Tinkerbell. And I think between the 2, I can actually stop the Stitch. Now I will play another Jasper and a Cheshire Cat because it's less likely to die. And I'll ink this away. I'm just preparing for... We are in a very close game, but I am preparing for that. Yes, you grab your sword. I'm preparing for a potential whole new world. Which will not matter this game. They probably got it, but I'm going to play through it. Probably. Because the thing is, I think... Yeah, no, that's not what we needed. Alright, we'll concede. I think we had a chance of... I think we had a chance if we had drawn a sword. Why is my messenger still open? 1 second. Alright, we are back. So we are going to ditch the Cusco. I do like to grab your sword. But I don't know if we're going to need it. We're going to assume we need it. We'll ditch the Prince right off the bat. Most likely we'll get rid of Cheshire just so you can keep on curve with Tink. But we'll see. John Silver. I wonder if this is the purple one. Oh. Are we going against Evasive? I love that deck. I also know that deck is incredibly vulnerable to Steel. Like, I barely beat the decks that I beat when I play against Steel. But I also play fairly low to the ground so that I'm able to play Mulan and then get a lot of benefit out of it. So if Steel persists, it might be a thing to just cut the Mulans and revert back to traditional Evasive just so that you have bigger bodies on board. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Cheshire into a turn 3 Tink, turn 4 Tink, turn 5 Cusco. Or turn 5 Grab Your Sword would be really good. I could actually potentially do both with Tinkerbell singing sword. So let's do this. I'm gonna kill the Minnie Mouse. There are a lot of things I cannot attack in their deck, so the things that I can, I might as well. I love John Silver. I have yet to play him. As a Disney nerd, I love that they fit Treasure Planet in. Me saying I'm a Disney nerd also me saying Treasure Island instead of Planet. Okay, we're gonna ditch the hook so that we can play this Tinkerbell. Right? Yeah. That seems like the move. And now if they attack our Eric, whatever they attack with dies. I don't see very many of these decks running LeFou. Okay, so that just debunked my thought of maybe they're playing Mulan Evasive, but I don't think so. Not with Cruella. Alright, we trade. Okay, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to hold on to the Peter Pan because I want the ability to touch the evasive. So we're going to get rid of the Hans, even though it's a powerful card. We're going to play Kuzco. And then we're going to sing. No. If we just attack here, we'd have to discard a card. But we can save the swords. No, I value what we have too much. Alright, we're gonna sing it. Alright, pass the turn. And then next turn we add 5. Alright, then they kill Tink. Yep. I know it's not the best use of Smash, but I am going to be protecting my Kuzco because now we are in the lead. Maui is such a good card. I am happy that I've been able to sag my 4 of in real life, my playset. Okay, we will play Hans and keep up the aggressive plan. We don't need to let them know that we have Peter Pan yet. We don't need to play Peter Pan yet. I'm sure they assume we have some form of evasive, since we're in their colors. Alright, and then there's not much point into attacking Kuzco, I don't think. I do like the Dragonfire. I think it's a very clean answer to a lot of what we have in the format right now. We're going to play Hans because that's the card that I always hate to play against when I'm playing their deck. And then use Kuzco. Stage a little accident, if you will. Alright, now they're adding 6 a turn. Alright. I'm fine with that. So I'll do that to kill their Hans. And then I'm going to play the Simba in case we draw something better than Pan. Between the two, we're down to the wire, so I'm going to discard Peter Pan and keep the Flynn Rider. Just because he quests for more. Okay, cool. I think we win. Yes, good old Goofy. I love him. Alright, then Mad Hatter dies. And then they maybe realize I still have 5 that I'm adding. Alright. GG, opponent. Oh, do I still get to select? That's funny. Alright, GG, opponent. I'm happy that I was finally able to play something other than Steel, and I'm sorry that I added to your Steel count. So those who are watching, here is some Emerald Steel. My thoughts overall. I like how more of the cards in the deck are able to play, like, more of the cards are high questing cards, whereas in the Amber version you only have Lilo and you only have Stitch and maybe Tinkerbell as like the high questers of your deck. But in here uh, you have the opportunity to play those high questers. In green, you have at least three that I can think of off the top of my head, which is Cusco, Hans, and Mad Hatter. And you can just play those, and each of those, like, none of them die to a sword. So the second game, you saw me play sword, and, well, you want to play sword until they shuffled it away. But if I had hit that, their board would have been wiped. If they pull that off against me, it doesn't wipe my board. The toughness, the endurance of these cards, they're high enough that it takes considerable effort for other steel decks to play. In a vacuum, I think Amber Steel is significantly more powerful than this deck. In the meta that I've played against in the last 24 hours, I think that this has the chance to beat back the steel decks a little bit because they're not as vulnerable to the board wipe, to the different cards that deal just direct damage. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the games, and I will see you next time. Please like, comment, and subscribe.